Hello everyone, welcome to J-Hook Crochet and More. In today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this 3D diamond stitch hat. It matches my 3D diamond stitch scarf that I uploaded last week. For this project I am using ice yarns. The name of this yarn is Fireworks. It is classified as a 3-weight, 40% wool and 60% acrylic. In my opinion, it's more of a 4-weight. I think you can use any 4 medium weight yarn that you want. And you will also need a 6mm crochet hook. So get your materials together and let's begin. We will be crocheting this hat from the brim up. So we begin with a beginning chain, and our beginning chain needs to be a multiple of 10. And it also needs to be long enough to go around the head of the person who this hat is for. So if you're making this hat for yourself, then you have to make a chain that is a multiple of 10 and also long enough to go around your head. If you're making this hat for someone else, then you have to make sure that your beginning chain is long enough to fit them. In any case, it has to be a multiple of 10. So get your beginning chain ready and let's begin. To begin, we're going to close our chain into a circle by slip stitching into the first chain. For row number 1, we're going to chain 3, and that chain 3 counts as our first double crochet. And now we're going to put 1 double crochet in every stitch around. So just go ahead and put 1 double crochet into each one of the chains until you get to the end of your row. And when you get to the end of your row, you can slip stitch into the top of your beginning chain, and I will meet you there to continue to row number 2. I'm at the end of my first row and I'm going to slip stitch into the top of my beginning chain. And to begin row number 2, I'm going to chain 2, and that chain 2 counts as my first half double crochet. Now I'm going to make a front post double crochet around the next stitch. Yarn over, go around the stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. That is our front post double crochet. And now I'm going to work a half double crochet into the next stitch. Yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and go through all 3 loops on the hook. That's a half double crochet. And now I'm going to work another front post double crochet around the next stitch, the same as I did the first one. And again, half double crochet into the next stitch. We will continue this way, putting 1 half double crochet in the first stitch and 1 front post double crochet around the next stitch, all the way around. At the end of the row, we're going to slip stitch into the top of our beginning chain and repeat that row again. Chain 2 and work 1 front post double crochet, 1 half double crochet, just the same as we did this row. So 1 half double crochet in each half double crochet and 1 front post double crochet around every front post double crochet. So we will have row number 2 and row number 3 the same way. So go ahead and finish your row number 2 and work on your row number 3, and I will meet you at the end of row number 3 to move on to the body of the hat. Once you have your brim done, it is time to move on to the body of the hat. The body of our hat is made out of a 2-row repeat. We will repeat those 2 rows until our hat is big enough, and then we will start decreasing towards the crown. So let's work row number 4, which is the first row of our repeat. We begin our row by chaining 3, and that chain 3 counts as our first double crochet. and we're going to double crochet in the next stitch. Now we are going to work triple crochets. Yarn over twice, and we're going to skip the next 2 stitches, and into the 3rd stitch we're going to work a triple crochet. So insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and that is a triple crochet. And we're going to do that again in the next stitch. Yarn over twice, go into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Now we have 2 triple crochets, one after the other, and we have those 2 skipped stitches. We are going to work our next 2 stitches into those skipped stitches from the last round. So once again we're going to yarn over twice, but we're going to go behind those 2 stitches that we just made. It might be easier for you if you hold your work like this. We're going into the stitch from front to back, but we have our hook behind the 2 stitches that we worked before. Yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And we're going to do the same with the second skipped stitch. Yarn over twice, go into the stitch, and we're going into the stitch from front to back. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And now we have 2 triple crochets behind the first 2 triple crochets that we worked. We're going to make another crisscross. Yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches, and into the 3rd stitch work a triple crochet. Work another triple crochet into the next stitch. And now we are going to work the 2 skipped stitches, but this time our 2 triple crochets are going to come in front of these 2. So yarn over twice and work back into that skipped stitch, and this time my hook is in front of the 2 stitches we just worked. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over and go through 2 loops. That is our first triple crochet. Once again, yarn over twice and into the second skipped stitch, work a triple crochet. This time we have 2 triple crochets in front of the 2 triple crochets that we worked before. So you can see we have 2 sets of 4 triple crochets. In the first set, the 2 triple crochets we worked first are in the front, and in the second set, the 2 triple crochets that we worked second are in front. We're going to repeat the same set again. So we started with 2 double crochets. We are going to put 1 double crochet into the next stitch, another double crochet into the next stitch, and work our triple crochet crisscross. First, yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches and work 1 triple crochet into the 3rd stitch, and work another triple crochet into the next stitch. And now the next 2 triple crochets will come in the back. Yarn over twice, go behind the 2 stitches we just made, and work a triple crochet into the first skipped stitch. Yarn over twice and work a triple crochet into the second skipped stitch. Now we are going to yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches, and work a triple crochet into the next stitch. Yarn over twice and work a triple crochet into the next stitch. And the next 2 triple crochets will come in front of these 2. In the first set, the second set of 2 triple crochets come in the back, and in the second set of triple crochet come in the front. So we go into the first skipped stitch and we work a triple crochet, and now we work a second triple crochet into the second skipped stitch. Once again, the 2 sets of triple crochets are crisscrossing in different directions. And we repeat that again until we get to the end of the row. We begin our set with 2 double crochets, and then we do our crisscross, and we continue this way all the way around until we get to the end of the row. So do that, and I will meet you at the end of the row and show you the second row of the repetition. I'm at the end of my row and I just finished working my last set of triple crochet, and I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 that I made in the beginning of the round. And this was the first row of our repetition. The second row of the repetition is very similar, but we're going to flip the order of our crisscross. So to begin the row, chain 3, and that counts as our first double crochet, and work a double crochet into the next stitch. Now looking at our crisscross, the one from the previous round had the 2 first triple crochet going in front of the second ones. And this time we're going to flip it. So we're going to yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches, and work a triple crochet into the next stitch. Work another triple crochet into the next stitch. And now we're going to work our next 2 triple crochets in front. So yarn over twice and go in front of the 2 stitches we just made, and into the first skipped stitch work a triple crochet. Yarn over twice and into the second skipped stitch work a triple crochet. The next set of triple crochets will be flipped as well. So yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches, and into the third stitch work a triple crochet. Yarn over twice and work a triple crochet into the next stitch. And this time the second set will be behind. So yarn over twice and go behind those 2 stitches into the first skipped stitch. Work a triple crochet. Yarn over twice and work a second triple crochet into the second skipped stitch. As you can see, once again we have 2 sets of crisscross triple crochets, but this time they are flipped in order from the first row that we made. So in the first row we first did 2 triple crochets and then 2 in the back. Then we did 2 triple crochets and 2 in the front. And in this row we first did 2 triple crochets and 2 in the front, and then 2 triple crochets and 2 in the back. And we're going to continue doing that all the way around until we get to the end of the row. At the end of the row, we are going to slip stitch into the top of the beginning chain, and then we are going to repeat the first row of the repeat. So we're going to continue working these 2 rows until our hat is the length that we want it to be, and it is time to start decreasing for the crown. The number of times you repeat these 2 rows will determine the length of the hat. So if you want it to be slouchy, you want to repeat them more. And if you want it to sit right on the crown of your head, then you just want to continue doing these until you get to the point where it's time to start decreasing. For a normal adult size hat, I find that you generally repeat these 2 rows 4 times for a total of 8 repeat rows. The longer you repeat those 2 rows, the slouchier your hat will be. Once you have your hat the size that you want it to be and it is time to decrease for the crown, then come back to the video and I will show you how to do that. After doing 4 sets of the repetition rows, or 8 rows in total, that is what my hat looks like. You can see that those pop-up 3D diamonds are created by us always alternating the front and the back sets of triple crochets. It gives this hat the beautiful texture and 3D effect. Once our hat is the size that we want it to be and it is now time to decrease, we can move on to the next part. We will begin decreasing for the crown of the hat. To begin, we chain 3 and that counts as a double crochet, and we put 1 double crochet into the next stitch. We are now going to decrease those 2 front triple crochets. We are going to yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches, and into the next stitch we will begin our triple crochet, but we will not finish it. Yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, go through 2 loops, but do not finish the stitch. We still have 2 loops on our hook. Now we are going to yarn over twice again and go into the next stitch. Pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and now we are going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on our hook. We have made 2 triple crochets into 1 stitch. We're going to work the other 2 triple crochets in the back the normal way. Yarn over twice from the back, go into the first skip stitch and make a triple crochet, and make another triple crochet into the second skipped stitch as we would normally do. We are now going to decrease again those 2 triple crochets that are in the front here. Now because they are here in the front, they are the second set of triple crochets in this row. So first we are going to work 2 normal triple crochets into these 2 stitches. Yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches, go into the next stitch and make a triple crochet. Yarn over twice and make a triple crochet into the next stitch. And now we will once again decrease those 2 triple crochets. So we're going to yarn over twice, and this time from the front, go into the first one. Yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, but do not finish the stitch. Yarn over twice, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, go through 2 loops, and then yarn over and go through all 3 loops. Once again, we have turned those 2 triple crochets into 1 stitch. We're going to continue working this way all the way around, only decreasing the sets of triple crochets that are in the front. Whenever we get to the 2 double crochets, just like in the previous rounds, we put 1 double crochet into each of those double crochets. And in the next set, we once again decrease only the triple crochets that are in the front. So continue working this way all the way around until you get to the end of the row. And I will meet you at the end of the row to continue to the next round. So I'm at the end of my row and my last stitch was once again a decrease, and I'm going to slip stitch into the top of my beginning chain just as we did every row until now. To begin the next row, we're going to chain 3 and put 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Now we are going to decrease the other sets of triple crochet. So we are going to yarn over twice, skip 1 stitch because those 2 stitches that used to be here are now 1. So we are only skipping 1 stitch this time. And into the next stitch, we're going to do a triple crochet, but we're not going to finish it. Just as we did before with 2 loops on our hook, we're going to yarn over twice again, go into the next stitch, and then finish those 2 triple crochets together just as we did in the past round. Now we are going to yarn over twice and work 1 triple crochet into that 1 skipped stitch. We're going to do another decrease on the other side, but first we're going to work 1 triple crochet into that 1 stitch here. So once again we have those 2 triple crochets from the previous round which were decreased into 1. So we're going to yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches. Those are the 2 stitches that are here in the back. And into the next stitch, that stitch that used to be the 2 triple crochets, we're going to make 1 triple crochet. And now we are going to decrease those 2 triple crochet that are in the back here. So we're going to yarn over twice and go behind that 1 stitch into the first skip stitch, and we're going to work a triple crochet, but we're not finishing it. With 2 loops on our hook, we'll yarn over twice again and go into the next stitch and work a triple crochet, and then finish those 2 triple crochets together. Yarn over and go through all 3 loops on the hook. We once again decreased 2 triple crochets into 1. Now we have those 2 double crochets, one next to the other. So we're going to put 1 double crochet into each of them. We are going to continue decreasing this way all the way around. And when we get to the end of the row, once again slip stitch into the top of the beginning chain, and I will meet you there to move on to the next round. I finished my round by slip stitching into the top of the beginning chain, and in the next round we are going to decrease those pairs of double crochets that we have everywhere. So to begin this round, we're going to chain 2 instead of 3, just 2, and then we're going to do a double crochet into the next double crochet. And remember this, because at the end of this row we will no longer slip stitch into this chain. We will now slip stitch into the top of that double crochet, and so this will decrease our beginning chain here. Now we are going to work those triple crochets crisscrosses the same way, only they're going to be only one triple crochet in every side of the crisscross. So we're going to yarn over twice, skip one stitch, go into the next stitch and do a triple crochet. Yarn over twice and from the back go into that skipped stitch and work a triple crochet. Yarn over twice, skip one stitch and work a triple crochet into the next stitch. Then yarn over twice and go back into that skip stitch from the front this time and work a triple crochet. Now we're going to decrease those 2 double crochets. So we're going to work 2 double crochets together. So yarn over and go into the top of that first double crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, but do not finish that stitch. Yarn over, go into the next double crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over and go through 2 loops, and then yarn over and go through all 3 loops on the hook. And now we've made those 2 double crochets into one. And we're going to continue this way all the way around until we get to the end of the round. And at the end of the round, remember, slip stitch into the top of this double crochet, not into that beginning chain. I will meet you at the end of the round and we will move on to finish our hat. I finished my round by slip stitching into the top of the first double crochet. As you can see, I did not slip stitch into my beginning chain. I skipped it and I slip stitched into the top of the double crochet. And what we're going to do for this round, we're just going to make 1 row of decreases all the way around. We're going to decrease every 2 neighboring stitches into 1. The way we're going to do it is we're going to chain 1 to begin our row, and we're going to yarn over and go back into that same stitch into that double crochet and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops and not finish the stitch. So yarn over 1 time and go into the next stitch, no skipping stitches this time. Yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on the hook. And we're going to do that all the way around. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and go through 2 loops, and with these 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and go through 2 loops, yarn over and go through all 3 loops on your hook. And just continue doing that, decreasing every 2 stitches all the way around until you get to the end of the row. At the end of your row, you should still have 1 last stitch to work into, and we're just gonna put 1 double crochet into that stitch. To finish the row, we are going to slip stitch into the top of the first 2 double crochets together that we made, the top of the stitch, and we're going to slip stitch, and that's it. Now we're going to leave a long tail and cut our yarn. And once we have our yarn cut, we're going to fasten off, and we're going to use that long tail now. So I'm going to thread it through my yarn needle. Using my yarn needle, I'm going to thread that long tail of yarn through the tops of the stitches in my last row. I'm just going into 1 stitch and out on the next all the way around. After I finished, I'm going to pull on the yarn and it sort of closes the top of the hat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the yarn through the hole to the other side of the hat and flip the hat over. This is the inside of the hat, and I'm going to make a knot here. so it is nice and tight and secure. And I'm just going to repeat that a few times. And once I feel that my knot is secure, then I'm going to just weave in the ends, and that is it. And that's it. That's what our hat looks like when it's done. You can see the nice diamond pattern. They are popping up. They give this hat the nice texture. And if you make the hat in a solid color, then of course they will pop up way more. With my yarn, because it's a variegated yarn, you can't really see the pattern until you look up close. But it still has a nice texture when you look from far away. On top of mine, I'm going to attach this pom-pom, so it will have a nice finished look, but you can finish your hat whichever way you like. You can leave it like this. You can make your own pom-pom. You can use a fur pom-pom like I do. You can do twirls on top. It's your choice, your design, but the possibilities are endless. And that is it. Our hat is done. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you have, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you thought about it. I would love to hear your opinion. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!